Hey y'all, it's Trinity, and in this week's video I'm going to be telling you my TBR. So keep in mind that this TBR has started since like August, and I've only just started reading one of the books. So this TBR is probably going to continue into next year, just because with school, especially in the beginning of school like we are right now, I find it so hard to read because it just feels like work. So regardless, I'm still going to tell you some books that I'd love to read once I get the chance. And with that, let's start. I'm going to be looking down just because I have my little list right here. No peeking. But to start, I want to try and read Six of Crows just because I've heard so many amazing things about it. Also, you'll definitely know which booktubers I watch just from hearing what books I want to read. Just because all the booktubers I watch, they tend to recommend the same books, or there's just books that they really, really love. And they say it all the time, so I had to add it to my TBR. But anyways, I would love to read Six of Crows just because I've heard so many amazing things about it, and it seems like a great book. It seems right up my alley. Next, I have Glass Sword, Red Queen. This is the book I was saying I've started. I literally have it right here. And to be honest, it's slow, but I do want to try and finish it eventually whenever I get the chance, especially with school. That just makes it way harder. Way harder. Like I said, it just feels like schoolwork. It doesn't feel fun anymore. It takes away what I liked about reading. Like, it feels just more like homework at that point. Next, I have The Raven Cycle. This kind of goes into Six of Crows. It's just a book I've heard recommended a lot, and it sounds right up my alley. Next, I have The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've never seen the show. I've only heard awesome things about the main characters and the two boys. Like I said, I've never seen the show, but it just sounds awesome and it feels right up my alley. The thing is with me is when it comes to romance, I don't like any type of spice or anything like that, if you know what I mean. I don't want any of that. So if you guys recommend any books or tell me anything about the books down below, tell me if they have explicit scenes or anything like that. That's not really my cup of tea. But yes, Summer I Turned Pretty. I also want to eventually watch the show. I should probably make another video talking about the shows and movies I want to watch. Tell me if you'd watch that. Let me know down below. But honestly, Summer I Turned Pretty, Belly just seems like such a cute character too. I just love those type of books. Next, I have The Darkest Minds. I loved with the capital Loved, loved the movie. I still do. Love more is the right word. But I love the movie, and I've just never gotten a chance to read the book, nor have I bought it. Keep in mind, this is the only book that I've actually bought on this TBR. None of these are physical, I don't have a physical TBR yet. Hopefully I will eventually. But yeah, so The Darkest Minds, the movie is amazing. And since it's a series, I wonder what from the movie we haven't gotten to yet, or we aren't gonna ever see, because I don't think we're gonna make a sequel for the movie. But yeah. Next, I have Legend. Legend, I believe, is a series, and honestly, my friend has this on her TBR too. She already has the book. So I'm curious. Hopefully she'll read it before me so she can tell me if it was even good. A lot of people seem to love the book, and what it's about just seems right up my alley. I love this type of books. Next, I have The Sun Is Also a Star. I'm not even going to explain because I more so put this on my TBR just because I watched the video and I was like, that cover looks pretty and what it's about seems kind of cool, so I should try and read that sometime. So that's why that one's there. Next is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but the entirety of the series. I've already finished reading the first book in this series. I want to try and buy the second one sometime soon, or do a deal to get the second and third. Yeah. I love the first book. I loved it. It was amazing. So I'm very curious what the second and I believe third, possibly fourth book are like. Please tell me down below if the series is worth finishing or if I should just leave it. Next, I have The Inheritance Games. So I've heard this book get compared to Knives Out a lot, and I loved that movie. I still do. That movie is amazing. So I'm very curious what The Inheritance Games is like, because people say that it's so similar. So Inheritance game seems right up my alley. Next, I have The Song of Achilles. Don't really need to explain it. It's just a popular book, and I'm very curious. Plus, a lot of people said that you don't need to know a lot about the history stuff. Like, it kind of explains that for you, so that's also very nice. Next, I have We Were Liars. It's a popular book, and what it's about seems right up my alley. All of these books are just right up my alley, okay? Let's be honest. Next, I have Lovely War by Julie Berry. So I saw a video on Pinterest, which was actually TikTok, but it was re-uploaded onto Pinterest because I can't have TikTok. Whatever. I saw a video on Pinterest that is actually a TikTok. And they were recommending like different books based on your hobbies. And they recommended Lovely War for people that like music. So I looked up what it was about. And it seems pretty interesting. So I'm very curious to read it, especially since I love music. I literally make music. So that should be interesting. Sorry if you can hear my siblings, they're so freaking loud. Okay. Next I have A Faux Love Story. This isn't a book I've heard like talked about a lot, but it's a super fluffy romance. And as far as I know, there's no explicit scenes or anything. So I'm like looking for those type of books that aren't long. They're standalones and they don't have explicit scenes, but like every single love story has to have an explicit scene in it for some reason. I don't understand why, but whatever. Next, I have The Hate You Give. I love the movie. The movie is amazing, and The Hate You Give is just what it's about is amazing. If you haven't seen the movie, I would recommend watching it so you have more context, or read the book, I guess. But the book, I believe, has more details, so I really, really, really want to watch that. Read it whenever I get the chance. Next, I have Shatter Me. This is a series. I know some people love the series, and I know some people hate it. I have a feeling I'd really like it just because I like the Red Queen, and although it's not the same thing, it gives me the same type of vibe as the Red Queen did. So I'm very curious. The only thing is that a lot of people say that the first book is very slow because it's just build up, and like the second and third books are good. So let me know if it's worth it, because I'm really like, right now I'm literally on the second book and I can barely finish it because it's slow. I don't like build up, I guess you could say. I don't like that really, really slow burn. Like, I can't do it with slow burn anything. So tell me if it's worth it. Next, I have Caraval. This is a newer book that I've like, as in like a newer book that I've put onto TBR. I think the book's been around for a while, whole series. Caraval just seems so interesting, and I'm curious if the books are actually good. Plus, all the YouTubers I've watched have started recommending it recently. I guess they just got popular on Book Talk. Next, I have, I don't know if I saw this one, but 1984. So basically, let me explain a little bit, because this is the only like classic I have on the list, as far as I know at least. I'm pretty sure it's the only classic. So basically, let me explain. So I read Animal Farm for school, but the thing is they had us buy the book ourselves, or you could rent it out from a library. But I bought the book, and what I didn't realize was I accidentally bought a book that had both 1984 and Animal Farm. So the thing is, I guess I technically do have this book already. I just haven't gotten around to reading it. I genuinely liked Animal Farm, even though it was a required book for summer reading. I genuinely liked it, which makes me think that I'll like 1984, because people say that 1984 is better than Animal Farm. At least I think it's that way. It might be the opposite. But tell me down below if you think that's good. I'd love to know. Next, I have The Lunar Chronicles. It's a series. Look it up. If I remember correctly, it's just retellings of Grimm's brother tales, like Rapunzel. Pretty sure Snow White is one of them. Stuff like that. I think Cinderella might be the first one. I'm very curious, and I believe all the books are standalones, except it's like a series because it's all different. Like, it's based on the same different things. Next, I have Dance of Thieves. To be honest, all the booktubers I watch say they like it, but low-key the main reason I want to read them is because the covers are really, really pretty. If I'm being 100% honest with myself, that's actually why I want to read it. I have Survive the Night. This is a mystery, possibly horror book. I don't know why everything's a movie all of a sudden, but yes, it just seems like a good book, and I want to get more into mystery. Not necessarily horror, but like mystery and suspense. I don't like a lot of gore for books or movies. So I think that type of suspense, like what's gonna happen next, like foreshadowing. That's the type of stuff I like. And then for the last thing I have on here is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. This book just seems awesome, honestly. Every single person that I've seen that reads this, I've never seen a bad review of this book. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've seen a bad review, at least not yet. So, yeah, that's my TBR. So that's it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and make sure to follow me on my Instagram. And with that, I'll see you all next week. Bye!
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do when you're